Purposely. Your life, God's purpose. Listen at purposely.com.
I stared down at the text message, and then I stared at it again, and then I stared at it again. I couldn't believe it. Something that I had wanted to be able to do my whole life from the time that I was a little girl. Well, this text message told me that I was actually going to get to experience it. I'm Julie Lyles-Carr, and this is God on the Go, where we help you make the moments matter. We're part of the Purposely Podcast Network. We're in a new series that we are calling YMD. You, your mom, and your dad. And we are talking about the relationship between kids and parents, how kids are a gift to their parents, how parents have an important job to help guide and direct their kids. And today, we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, and it is about how God created you as an original. That text message that I got, it was someone telling me that I was going to get to write my first book and have it published. And that book became what is called Raising an Original. It's a topic that I really believe in, that every kid comes into a family and they are a completely new person the world has never seen, completely original, and God has a very original story to write in each of those lives. Here's a statistic that I think is incredible. What are the odds that you even exist? Are you ready for this? This math is so mind-bending. I'm going to do my best to try to read the number correctly, but it's even hard to try to say the number correctly. The odds that you even exist are 1 to the 10th power to the 2,685th power. I know I completely butchered that, but basically that means the odds that you exist, it's a 1 followed by 2.7 million zeros. And for sure, whether you can distill that math or not, what it means is it's just wild you're even here. The odds are crazy that at this moment in time, with this mom and dad and the community in which you live, that God has placed you right now on the earth. And you are so incredibly unique. No one like you has ever existed before. No one like you will ever exist again. And you know what I think is really important to realize about that? That means that your mom and dad, they've never raised a you before. Whether you are the oldest child or you're the baby of a big family or however any of that worked, this is the first time that parents are raising someone like you, which means we all need to give each other a little bit of a break, right? It's going to take a while for moms and dads to learn the unique facets, the unique characteristics, the unique personalities of each of their kids. Sometimes you may think, well, when I did this thing, I ended up with this consequence. And then my brother did the same thing and he ended up with a different consequence. And that doesn't seem fair. But here's what you need to know. Your mom and dad are learning about you. And sometimes the things that work with your brother or your sister, they don't work with you. So mom and dad need to try something different in your situation. Sometimes a brother or a sister, they have a gift in a certain direction or they have a challenge in a certain direction. And your gifts and your challenges are different. So as fair as your parents may be trying to be, there are going to be times that it's going to look different simply because you're different than your siblings. And your mom and dad, in their wisdom and in their experience with you, know that. This is all part of how God puts together people, how he puts together our world. I love this verse in Acts 17, verse 26, that says, God marked out their appointed times in history. This comes when the Apostle Paul has gone to visit with some people, and he's looking at the ways in which they've put together their beliefs and how they run their country and all kinds of things. And he reminds them that none of this is happening by accident. None of these people who are there listening to him, none of the people who have been in the past, none of the people who will be in the future, none of it is an accident. That God has created all of it, that people would live in specific times and specific places with specific abilities and specific challenges, because all of that is to show that God is an incredible God and he is filled with so much love for us. Every character that God writes into this book of life that he has created, every single character, including you, including your mom, including your dad, are so important to the story that God is telling. So the next time you feel like, well, why don't my mom and dad do it exactly the same for my brother? Why don't they do it exactly the same for my sister? Why can't it be like this if it's like that for someone else? It's because you are an original. Your mom is an original. Your dad is an original because of the beautiful uniqueness that God put in each of you. All of you honor each other when you celebrate all of the unique, wonderful things that God put in each of you. A big shout out to George Fox University. They have been in the business of educating originals for quite a while now. Go to georgefox.edu. They've been our sponsor for God on the Go. They have been so supportive of creating this place where you can be inspired to have the conversations that matter the most. So thank you so much to George Fox University. And I will see you on the next episode of God on the Go.